Next story.
nytimes.com. Giuliani faces contempt charges, begs to keep Beanie Baby collection. Dantry Quist-Acton.
4 minutes.
In a courtroom drama that could only be described as surreal, former New York City Mayor Rudolph W. Giuliani found himself pleading for the preservation of what he called his emotional lifeline, a meticulously curated collection of Beanie Babies, facing contempt charges after failing to comply with a court order to surrender assets to satisfy a staggering $148 million judgment. Giuliani's legal woes have taken an unexpectedly whimsical turn.
The judgment, stemming from a defamation lawsuit brought by election workers Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss, has already upended the erstwhile America's mayor. Giuliani has claimed to be effectively bankrupt, having previously auctioned off a trove of personal belongings, including signed Yankees memorabilia and a collection of Frame Time magazine covers. But when it came to his Beanie Babies, Giuliani made it clear there was a line he could not cross.
Parting with Legs the Frog would be like parting with one of my own children. Giuliani sobbed on the witness stand Thursday, his voice cracking as he clutched a photo of his daughter Caroline, pictured with the toy, to his chest. I gave beanies to both of my children, and the association with them is so strong. They've lived in my heart next to my kids.
Judge Louis J. Lyman, presiding over the proceedings in Manhattan Federal Court, appeared both bewildered and exasperated. Mr. Giuliani, the judge began, you are here because you have failed to comply with court orders to disclose and surrender assets. The issue at hand is not the sentimental value of these toys but your legal obligations under the law.
Giuliani's attorney, Joseph Sibley, argued that the collection, which includes rare Beanie Babies like Princess the Bear and a first edition Peanut the Elephant, was of minimal financial value compared to the judgment and should be exempt as personal property of no material consequence. Legal experts, however, noted that the market for vintage Beanie Babies has fluctuated wildly, with some items fetching thousands of dollars at auction.
While the Beanie Baby bubble burst long ago, certain pieces, particularly those in pristine condition, can still command significant sums, said antiques appraiser Judith Klein. If Mr. Giuliani's collection is as rare as he claims, it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars.
In a dramatic moment, Freeman and Moss attorney, Adam Pulaski, questioned Giuliani directly about the Beanie Babies during cross-examination. Mr. Giuliani, is it your testimony that your emotional attachment to these toys outweighs your legal obligation to pay restitution to my clients, who suffered immense harm because of your actions?
Giuliani's response was both defiant and tearful. It's not about the money, he shouted, voice again cracking with a sob. It's about memories. It's about family. When I look at Quackers the Duck, I'm back in the 90s, playing with my kids on the living room floor. You can't put a price on that. Then, paradoxically, Giuliani added, where are my pork chops?
Observers in the packed courtroom, including a coterie of reporters and bemused onlookers, struggled to suppress laughter as Giuliani's testimony grew increasingly confused and impassioned. At one point, he held up a battered copy of the Beanie Baby handbook, declaring it my guide to joy during some of the darkest days of my life. Despite
Giuliani's emotional appeals, legal analysts say his plea to keep the collection is unlikely to succeed. The law is clear, said David McMurray, a professor of bankruptcy law at NYU. Sentimental value doesn't override the obligation to satisfy a legal judgment, especially one of this magnitude.
Judge Lyman is expected to rule on the matter next week. If found in contempt, Giuliani could face harsh penalties, including jail. Meanwhile, Giuliani's legal team has hinted at the possibility of a compromise, suggesting that the collection could be donated to a museum so that Giuliani could visit with the toys.